So you're shopping for a new roof and you're seeing prices from $6,000 all the way up to $18,000 in the 3 estimates you just got. Why is that? No other industry out there has quite the variance in prices, and realistically it looks like the same thing when you're looking at these estimates. And I know because as a homeowner you're like pulling your hair out as to why. So I'm just going to break that down for you real quick and show you some things that you need to know when you're purchasing a new roof. First and foremost, the guys on like the lower end of the scale, the reason that they can do that price, they're basically just charging for labor and install. The problem that people run into with that, and the reason the roofing industry is so complained about, is because think about it, right? If this guy's out here, he's installing your roof, we call him Peter Pickup, right? He's installing your roof, he's answering your phone calls, he's doing sales calls. What do you think is going to happen if you have an issue and that guy's up on the roof installing the roof and you're trying to get a hold of him? And that's where a lot of that complaint comes from, because if you do have an issue, it's really hard to get it resolved. So just know that if you do hire, and I'm not knocking the guys on the low, everybody's trying to make a living, I get it, but that is typically what you run into, because it's very hard to manage customers and customer service and sales and everything else while you're actually doing the install. You can get a price, really low price on that roofing system, but realistically it's probably not going to be done right. And if you do have an issue with it, it's really hard to get a hold of somebody to resolve that issue for you, and that's where that complaint rate comes from. Then you have like the companies that are kind of middle of the road, right? They are big enough, they're running a better profit margin, and that's what you kind of want as a consumer, because you're thinking, well, yeah, I'm going to pay a little bit more, but the thing is when you think about that, it's the old adage, right? Good things aren't cheap and cheap things aren't good. Those middle of the road companies, and they're mostly like mom and pop shops, are going to have a better profit margin. They're going to have their advertising figured out to where they're not ripping you off. They're still going to be able to provide you good service and a good warranty, but they don't charge like crazy high numbers, right? But they have to make enough to keep the business sustainable, to keep those employees, so that when you do call, they're going to be able to have somebody answer the phone, a specific guy. It's the same thing. You don't want to have a jack of all trades, master of none show up to your house, right? If you have a professional salesperson, that's what you want, because they're going to be able to diagnose your roof for you and get you a system that's going to work and explain it to you in a way you can understand. On the opposite end, when you get to that like $18,000 roof and you're really scratching your head trying to figure out what the value is, to me what that is it's just a lot of marketing gimmicks and hype. So the larger corporations have figured out, hey, we can really juice this thing up, make it sound great, package this warranty in there, and we'll just have a really good sales process and we can charge whatever we want. Well, unfortunately they do get over on a lot of homeowners, because quite honestly, I don't see the value in it. However, those things do exist, so I just, would like to make you aware. And that's why you're going to see a variance in roofing prices right now in this late 2023, early 2024, from like $450 a square, that's a 10 by 10 area, all the way up to $1,450 a square, and kind of everywhere in between. So you definitely want to do your research and figure out exactly what you're getting. So you're not getting sold a bill of goods, but you also don't want to go with like the cheapest guy out there and then not have the service to back it up, because that's where you get into trouble on both of those. You either waste too much money or you're getting screwed over by a guy that's not answering his phone. Thanks again for watching. Like, subscribe to our channel, keep up to date on what's going on with your home.